Greetings and good time zone. I hope people are doing well today. I'm just going to get straight back into this because I want to play so badly. Okay, I just got an achievement that I don't think I should have got. Perform 500 critical hits with the party. Yeah, I'm on day 2 game. I don't think that's a thing. So we finished off yesterday and looted everything. I still have an old injury. I don't think there's anything else that I can really loot. Ooh, what's over here? Nothing important. It's just... Okay. I have to check things. I just do. It's in my nature. I'm curious. Fine, let's go to the Navigator's Sanctum. This will definitely not end well. Here is a map of your void ship. It consists of several parts, between which you can travel. Some parts are not yet available, but over time your character will be able to access them. Okay. And it's the updated void ship itself as well. It's the one that I chose because I had 3 choices. Got it. Navigate to Sanctum. Let's go. Oh, that was quick. Oh, yeah, purple. Hashtag purple gang. But that's generally the war.
The Navigator's Sanctum is directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not too late.
I may change the rotation speed if that's possible with keyboard. Yeah, that's a little bit smoother for me. It was just a tad too quick. Hello, Idira. I'm guessing that's a psycho.
He will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
The woman before you whips around and gazes straight at you, her eyes glowing with otherworldly light. I think we've got our psycho.
Master, watch your head.
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Okay.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner art you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valencius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Oh, damn it. You hear a few clicks from the relays on the servo skull, which has followed you all the way here, and Theodora's scrambled words give way to a voice vaguely familiar to you. Officers' frequency. To all who can hear me, Those with a weapon in their hands are to gather in the officers' deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officers' deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrad. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
How do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
The seer's words dredge up something dark and frightening from the depths of your memory. Your soul has been tainted by the influence of warp sorcery, and it seems you will never be rid of it. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must see if the Navigator is well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Great.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Okay. Idira has joined your party, which now consists of several characters. To select one character, left click on their portrait. To select multiple characters, hold left mouse button and drag a box around them. To select the entire party and issue commands to all your characters at once, press backspace. No, I'm just going to press Control and A. Piece of pipe left a notable dent in the floor. It could have been my skull. There's another door. There's also this door.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
My God, you run quick. Locked door. Bloody door. Also, the blood is up here and it's bleeding. Okay, and it's continuing to cover the door. I get it. You need me to go this way.
I always have a backup plan.
Right, open. There we go. Hurry, destroy the field. Don't keep our master waiting.
Your demise is all already calculated.
Are you ready to die?
Roller. Oh, the Psycho goes first, which is less than ideal. I'm gonna go to the cover. Idira. Probably not the best place to put you there, but Abelard up front. These don't have a lot of health, except for the Psyker. Hologram. You can use the hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions in combat before taking them. Left click on any accessible cell on the battlefield to place the character's hologram there. Select an ability or single shot attack to see the expected outcome. The action will be displayed as if used from the hologram's location to let you assess whether you have picked an effective position for the action you are planning to take. The hologram also lets you see if the enemy will be within your line of sight after you move to the selected cell. Left mouse button again to confirm your choice and execute the selected action. Click right mouse button anywhere on the battlefield or press escape to cancel it. Oh, it's so cool. So I think I'd still have line of sight there. I wouldn't have line of sight on you. I love that it gives you the actual line going along the floor for line of sight. I don't need to do dead eye shot, I just need to do these. 95% chance to hit.
I'll see to it personally. On it.
(21 to 28), 17 to 23. Oh, that pierces, doesn't it?
Who if not me? You never stood a chance.
Cool. I like that it pierces. Also, combat, please. And then enter.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Okay. Let's just
Victory
strike
is
them
imminent.
down. Oh, I love the gore. It's so unnecessary, but so awesome. Idira's abilities. Idira is a psyker and an operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses, and her psyker abilities allow her to deal damage to them. Analyze enemies. I know I have it. Wait, she's both? Wasn't oh no. I was like, wasn't Psyker also an archetype as well as operative? No, it was the, like, from Noble, the background thing. Okay. That deals additional damage. Da 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 da. Is under the exploit effect. This ability reduces the enemy's dodge, parry, and armor. Yeah. Idira is armed with a special staff that allows a psyker to unleash psychic powers against enemies. Yeah, the psi rating. Okay. In the future, you will encounter staves that only a psyker versed in a certain discipline can use. For example, you might find a staff that lets a psyker use Inferno, but to do so they must first have the pyromancy psychic discipline learned. Okay. Yeah, the operative stuff. Forewarning, the psyker increases the target's dodge and parry by 10% until the end of combat. Chains up to 4 targets within a 3-cell radius, dealing Psyker's staff power level. It says 4 targets. Do I get to choose said targets? I have to do Psychic Scream.
Anything else?
Ooh. That's all I want her to do. It's my turn. I still have line of sight.
Let's make some opportunities. I'll make it happen.
Vespiadus. Oh, the creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the 2 dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the 2 ordinary eyes as well as the 3rd one that sits in the centre of its forehead. Okay. You're not voice acted? Oh, come on. I think Baldur's Gate spoiled me for the voice acting. I just want everything to talk, or everyone to talk. I believe Master Vespiadus still lives. Ablard flinches at the sight of the stretched skin and the dark marks on the face of the creature. The servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive. What is wrong with him? Idira winces, wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one. The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lid of the 3rd eye and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. Your time is short. The voice is coming from the Vox grill at the base of the bizarre chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. Can't get him out of the chair. Our time is short to do what? Suddenly the navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward, then falls back onto the seat, then thrusts forward again as its bones crack and its skin tears open. Oh god, what? However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild impetuses. The mutant remains seated but leans as far forward as he can, his layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming 2 hideous screaming mouth-like pits. Fall to your knees, mortal, and behold the final dawn. Idira shrieks in terror. It came from beyond. His body is not his. Dira's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of corruption. Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me. The navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fit stops abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream mixed with the blood coming out of his nose, and there is purplish swelling around the eye. Poor guy, Jesus. Run, flee from this place while I still have the strength. The words come out of the Vox as a laboured rattle. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation, leave the warp, but it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help. Don't do this one, Jesus. I want to help you. Tell me how. The navigator takes a ragged breath. Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on, and wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run! Who torments you? The Edge. You too? The navigator starts thrashing about once more, his gill mouths bursting with crazed laughter. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods. Each word rings through your head like the tolling of a bell, as if countless voices have joined in, screaming into your ears. For a moment you lose your bearings. This unholy chorus must be trying to confound you with sounds not meant for this world. The navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now? The seneschal gazes at the figure in the chair. The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman. If he is still alive, it is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officers' deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier. Sorry for the yawn. Idira reaches her hand toward the navigator but pulls it back at the last moment. Vespiadas, good luck and thank you. The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids, and the Vox at the base of the chair is bellowing out static interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. The navigator appears dead, only the slight movement of his chest and the twitching. Too quick! They need to change that. And the twitching of his eyelids let you know that he is still clinging to life. Oh, I forgot to loot! A scrappy autogun. An axe. Oh, at least they split everything. Whoa. Alternative weapons. In combat, a character may need to use different kinds of weapons, which can be prepared in advance. Open your inventory and prepare different weapon sets. To switch to a different weapon set in combat, press X. Swapping weapon sets in combat does not cost action points. Awesome. Range 15, Range 5. I do want a melee weapon. So you have cleave and you have swing. So the axe does less damage overall, but it has 3 things. Axes have a special attack that inflicts bleeding. Might be sweep then. Oh, plus 10% parry, minus 10 to enemy weapon skill when hit. Okay, so you nerf them if they hit you. Oh, this has more armor pen as well. I got an axe. I prefer his chainsword, but I'm gonna give him a gun anyway. You already have a las pistol as well. Okay. Ooh, this gives you willpower. You've got 60 willpower. Jesus. Also, I need a drink, because reading dialogue, yay. Oh, she has demolition. Okay. This is the exact same that she has. Yeah. Actually, Adira's is slightly better. 20% of melee weaponry cargo. I'm just gonna keep it on me. Okay. Is there anything else left to loot or interact with? Doesn't look like it. Oh, no. Here we go. The Navigator's Sanctum is the private haven of the ship's guide through the warp, and a death trap for anyone left inside after translation to the Immaterium. You mean, like we are right now? We've just been exposed to the warp. Yay!
Let us not dawdle.
Still locked. What is my current quest? Did I even attempt to unlock this?
I know how to take risks.
What? Oh, there's now eyes on this thing. It's a mimic! Okay. I'm guessing I have to go back then.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, officers' deck. There we go. Do, 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 do. Oh, I'm like waiting for it to load. No, I have to click. And dead. Yeah, dead. You should have been serpentining, my friend.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot this.
Shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Hi, Sister of Battle. Adeptus Sororitas. The white-haired woman turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hands and, for a brief moment, it seems she is not going to stop and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
The Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends who are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
These options... The thing is, I'm a crime lord. I'm going to do number 3. I'm a bit of an asshole. Do not even think to insinuate that I am one of the traitors. I will not let such an affront slide.
That answer does you credit. Only the truly righteous would be so provoked by the accusation of heresy. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Hey, succeeded. I apparently couldn't fail it. I rolled a 93 and had to get under 100. I wonder if you can fail that. That would be funny. What is a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard a rogue trader's ship? Your orders serve the ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation, under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Who are these people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What is happening on the officers' deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Okay. I wonder if it's going to be Nurgle, if it's something like toxic fumes or anything, but I'm not entirely sure with them going mad. We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
I'm pretty good with tech.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
But first, loot. Well-maintained sniper rifle. Oh, okay. Tox dispenser module. Auxiliary plasma banks. I wonder if this is crafting materials then. Oh, I see. I can just do that. I guess I'll learn about it soon. Cargo list, cargo. Okay. I guess I'll learn about it. You've received a new, more efficient weapon for your character. To upgrade your equipment, open the inventory. You can either, yeah. Or to try or double click, yeah. You'll find and purchase new equipment often on your travels, so do not forget to update your characters' equipment in order to make them more powerful. Yes, sir. Okay. So literally it's just damage increase. Hi, sister. Ooh, sorry, just needed to sneeze. Right, let's have a look at you. You have an auto pistol and a bolter. Oh, you have burst fire. Okay. Ah, fair enough. Nice and add to cargo. How do I view my cargo? Flagship, other, notable, character, cargo manager. Hey, there we are. I want to have a look at her character though. Features. She's a soldier, she has run and gun, which is awesome. Furious recital. Grants momentum equal to 6. This ability also grants an additional 3 momentum for each enemy that is either in a 5-cell radius around the Sister of Battle or was hit by her this turn. If the Sister of Battle has a demon or chaos cultist, the additional amount of momentum doubles. Hits a demon, yeah. Once per combat. She's a field medic. That's cool. And she heals more. What's agility do? Also affects the demolition. Dude heading cooldown is reduced by -1. Oh. Demolition. Fair enough. Well, we now have a Sister of Battle. Open the door. Why does this close? The explosion blasted a hole through the door, large enough for a person to get through. So why can't I go through it?
Is there money to be made?
More loot? Oh, low sticks, great. I'm filling up my cargo. The door will not move an inch, it is blocked. I mean, technically it's not, because we could literally see the gap.
I always keep my options open.
Okay, open the door. Shame I can't loot these people. Oh, hi. Well, no good letting all this go to waste. A multi-key. Ah. Set of sacred oils and cogitagrams that can appease the keeper of any technology. It provides an additional opportunity to call out a machine spirit and interact with a device. Cool, cool, cool. Give me more. I have a feeling there's going to be crafting in this, and I am all for crafting.
Would you look at that?
Challenges make the spoils that much sweeter.
I'll bleed you dry.
Oh, they are bad guys. You've just been running around and looting. Okay. I cannot move them. Probably because this has been clicked. Oh, that's a bit of a bug. Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a bug. Kind of a bad one as well. Oh, yeah. Because I'd clicked on all of them to interact with this. They're all heading there, and I cannot reposition them. Because I had them all selected. Wait, I still cannot move you? You still wanted to go there? I literally cannot select anything. Because they're always wanting to move over. Oh yeah, that's a bad bug. Let's hope a reload fixes it. Oh good, a reload seems to have fixed it. Oh, it's not showing me line of sight yet. Oh, I love the fact that it pierces through stuff. What's it do again? Within 3 cells. So really I need to target them. You may survive it. Oh, you will survive it even. 2 AP. Zappy zap zap. Unlimited. Ah! Increases veil degradation. I don't like how all of the things on the bottom of this tooltip, all of these things are on the very bottom of it. They're all underlined, but it looks like they're crossed out. And it's like, are they affected?
On it.
Till the end of combat. Ooh, that's pretty good. Argenta's abilities. Argenta is the warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas and a soldier. She is an expert with burst ranged weapons and weapons that deal damage in an area. Another of Argenta's strengths is her mobility in combat. Run and gun is a unique soldier ability. Using it grants the soldier extra movement points and reduces the cost of their next attack by -1 action point. The soldier will also suffer a -10 penalty to their ballistic skill for this attack. Run and gun also allows the soldier to perform an additional attack with a ranged weapon, which is a handy tool if you want to make more than one attack with them on their turn. Revel in Slaughter is a soldier ability which can be used once for each 3 enemies the soldier kills in a single battle. Each activation of this ability increases the soldier's ballistic skill, critical hit chance, and critical damage. This effect stacks and lasts until the end of combat. Okay. Certain types of weapons let you make burst attacks. Okay. Unlike single shots, burst fire requires you to select a direction rather than a specific target. Burst attacks are particularly effective against clusters of enemies. When performing a burst attack, the character fires several successive shots in different directions. Most of these shots are concentrated in the center of the selected attack cone. Therefore, the more enemies there in the center of this area, the more of them will be damaged if the attack is successful. All shots fired after the first one are less accurate and have a higher chance of deviating from the central trajectory. Be careful, burst fire shots can hit allies if they are standing in the direction of the attack. I kind of figured that would be a thing. And I kind of placed her in an amazing spot. Burst fire. Being said, if I move you here, that would be better. Then these 3 end up in the center and you end up in the deviation spot. So if I do run and gun, it lowers my ballistic skill, but whatever. And then I target that. Abelard's not endangered? No good. Cool. Do it again.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Eradicated.
I love that it switches to slow-mo. Wave 2. Types of cover. Full and partial covers give you the opportunity to avoid enemy attacks. Full cover, indicated by a skull on the shield, reduces the chance to be hit by 60%. Partial cover reduces it by 35%. At the same time, the chance to hit a character behind cover may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Some cover can be destroyed by melee attacks, area attacks, and other abilities. Destructible cover has a durability bar above it. Single shot can penetrate through any cover. Oh. Basically to stop burst fire from being too overpowered compared to single shot. I get it. You have a lot more health and harder to hit.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
Precisely aimed shot with a plus 50% bonus to the effective range of a weapon and a plus 10% hit chance. 59. 59.
Who, if not me?
Miss. Why do you keep closing? You did the same with Pathfinder. I want this always open. Jesus. Is there an option for that? Display maybe? No. Controls. Game maybe?
Bapanada.
Bapanada. Hi FLC. How are you today? I hope you're well. It's like a mix of both. Oh, man. I want this always open. I don't want it collapsing at all. I don't want it hidden. I want the log always open. Owlcat, please just make it an option for us. Ever since Pathfinder had this just go away, I've always wanted it there. How I want it, it's the UI setup that I prefer. Please give me it.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I took care of this one.
Yes, you did take care of it. It's basically a CRPG with XCOM combat. So that's a little version of the ship. Well, a different ship to ours because I changed mine. Also, there's an ad. Yay! But I will wait until this is over. I'm gonna have a stretch because I tweaked my back at work. You mean 95% to hit shots? XCOM doesn't go above 95%. But yes, I understand. We shall see. I haven't been playing it for long. You're also... Oh, I'm like, what's going on? I buffed you. Abelard, I'm like, why are you hashtag purple gang? It's because I gave you increased parry and dodge. Because you're my tank. The other thing about this game is there's a lot more blood and guts. Like, a lot more. Like, everything. And any second now. Let's get back by ending turn because I can't move any further.
I've suffered worse.
I've suffered worse. 'Tis but a scratch, flesh wound. I think movement is going to be a problem in this game, or the amount of movement, because holy crap, I can't go anywhere. "12 cells. Are you? You're not in range. Wish I could just climb over. 10 cell radius, okay. Well, I've got to move. Oh. No, I think that's just going to be as bad. But now I've moved, so...
I'm not so sure. Anything else?
Might as well do something. Hey, Argenta. Can you, smash?
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
%40 to hit, 25%, 62, 55. So it's getting more difficult to hit them. Granted, I think she currently has a debuff on. Yeah, for 1 round.
I'll do it.
Awesome. Oh, you are in range? Oh, just...
I am ready for whatever comes.
Oh, this could be fun.
I'll make it happen.
Yeah, you will. 90% to hit, 1965. Well, 90% and 65 because it pierces. Or 90% and 95% to hit.
It's as good as done. Your end was inevitable.
Oh, you missed the 95. Damn you, FLC, you jinxed it. What did you do? Can you attack diagonally in melee? Is my
A
question.
tactically sound approach.
Yeah, you can attack in melee. 89%.
At your beck and call. One fewer target.
How about another? Because you could. Oh, it's too far. Damn it. 6-cell line. It's because I'm going diagonally. If he was there, fine. If he was there, fine. But not there. No. So close.
Cover me!
Yeah, just too far away. Just too far away. So Adira gets to do nothing.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. As the Emperor commands, I act.
You miss is what you do. Yeah, you fire on a sister of battle. How many uses have I got of this left? 4 stacks of the surefire plan effect. It's momentum. Veil degradation. I didn't notice these at first. It's pretty cool. What are you? Weapon sets. Okay.
I'll see to it personally.
I can't see how many stacks I have left. Anywhere. Anyway. 95%.
Enemy down.
I hit 95%. Awesome. Yeah, I love how gory this game is. There's a hand here. It's connected to this body. Hey, no. This is my loot. I want it all. I don't really want a scrappy auto gun. Oh, can I even take them? The trophies packaged as cargo. Right. What? Does it matter? Because you just gave me a second one. I'm so confused why there's 2 of these now. Okay. An exact replica of the von Valancius void ship sits on the pedestal. Labels indicate the main compartments and decks of the vessel. It's actually not our ship. Our ship is different.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
So, what was this? Texts. Titles and authors are printed in gold on the spines of the books. The library contains works on Imperium theology, law codices, biographical sketches, and chronicles of the greatest military conflicts of the Coronus Expanse and the Calixis sector. Loot! Machine Spirit Vaultlet. Or Vaultlet, sorry. Set of icons. Ah, Final Fantasy.
I always have a backup plan.
Skill tests and interaction with the environment. To open a jam door, click on the icon. The character with the highest tech use will make the skill test. If this test fails, the door will remain closed. A particularly bad result of a tech use test can cause the door to become permanently stuck and impossible to open. Do, 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 do.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Now you tell us it's a D100 system. It's a bit late for that game, but yeah. Your character is about to make a tech use skill test. In dialogue and during exploration, you will often make various skill tests, and their result might determine how successful your character's efforts are made. Make hidden dialogue options appear or reveal new information. The success of the test is determined by rolling a 100-sided die. Each skill test has a difficulty of up to 100, including negative values. To succeed, you must roll a value less than the sum of both the stated difficulty and the value of the skill used for the test. For example, you are attempting a test with a difficulty of -10. Oh. Your character's tech use skills score is 40. 40 minus 10 equals 30. Therefore, to succeed on the tech use skill test, you must roll a 30 or less. Any result above 30 will mean failure. Note that difficulty is calculated from greater to lower values. The greater the difficulty value, the easier it is to pass the test. It is easier to succeed on a difficulty 40 test than on a difficulty 10 test. The higher a character's skill score, the easier it is for them to succeed on tests. Skill scores depend on the character's respective characteristic scores, skill advancements on level ups, and any bonuses the character's equipment might offer. To succeed on various skill tests during gameplay, develop different skills for your character and their companions. Do I get to see the roll? Did it just happen? God damn it.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I will take more loot, though. Give me loot. Operator's gloves. Oh, shiny. Explosive device suitable for eliminating flimsy obstacles. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Me. I got new gloves. Oh, they did change as well. Cool. I love it when things slightly change the look of your character. I'm glad the armored body glove didn't change this outfit though, because it's kind of cool. Also, are we the baddies? We've got skulls on our uniform.
I always keep my options open.
The cogitator is silent. It seems that its machine spirit is no longer being powered by the motive force. Tech use 98%. Multi-key. Demolition.
I always get the job done.
Okay, now I see it. Restore the power supply.
That's how it's done.
Cool. Oh, I see. If you fail this, you then get to open the door.
Success is the only outcome.
No, it's this door. Never mind.
Is there money to be made?
Is there money to be made? Yes, please.
Just as I planned.
More multi-key. A shotgun. Okay. Okay. cool. We're getting a bunch of stuff. Awesome.
I always have a backup plan.
Mate. Give it to me. Give it. Give loot. Loot good. Loot best. Loot life. The cozy seating area is completely destroyed. Pieces of furniture and splinters are scattered everywhere. And dark stains cover the floor and upholstery. Yeah, it's going to take forever to get out. Okay, I guess we continue on.
Rise to the top or get left in
However,
the dust.
I think... Yeah, you're not going to get a las pistol, you're going to get a shotgun. You're going to be up close, and if you just don't have the range, now you do. Also, I'm very close to leveling up again.
Keep your wits about you.
And blow the door up. Oh, Argenta, we have a job for you.
Never doubt me.
I wouldn't dare. Hey, XP. Nice. I was just talking about a level up. Save. Pre-level up 3. Just in case I want to go back and change anything. Because I am very new to the game. Well, very new to the system, technically. Then again, I don't think we get a choice on this level up of what to get. Expose weakness. The operative removes all exploits from the target to increase the target's dodge, parry, and armor by minus... Or to decrease the target's dodge, parry, and armor by minus 10 plus exploit stacks times perception bonus. Which I think my perception bonus is 4. Okay. And I generally get up to like 3, I think. Okay. Till the start of the operative's next turn. I hope this works on everybody. Because it says it decreases the target's dodge, parry, and armor, not decreases it to the operative. So I get no choices of stuff this level up. You get Endure. Until the warrior's next turn, all incoming damage is reduced by toughness bonus, and the warrior gains toughness bonus temporary wounds. You are tough. So that's a minus 5 to damage taken, and you get 5 temporary wounds. That's pretty good. Okay. You're an operative as well. A soldier? Wait, we have 2 soldiers, right? No, you're a warrior. You're a soldier. Revel in slaughter. The soldier immediately removes the winded effect. Until the end of combat, the soldier gains the following bonuses, plus 10 ballistic skill. So this basically counters run and gun while winded. So instead of having a minus 10 penalty, they get a plus 10 bonus to ballistic skill. So it's a swing of 20 ballistic skill, which is awesome. And they get crit chance and crit damage. This ability becomes available after the soldier kills 3 enemies. The kill counter is not reset between rounds. Great, so it's per combat thing. What is this? Firearm mastery. Oh, that's good. What is her rate of fire on that weapon? Oh! Damn! I wish I knew what the recoil did. Oh, it auto-saved. Cool. We gotta search for loot. I will get everything. I wish Collect All would immediately close the window. A fallen steel has blocked the path to the lifts. You will have to look for another way to Edelthrad.
Always keep your eye on the price. That's how it's done.
Oh, wow, I rolled 1 under.
Let us not dawdle.
Ooh, a helmet. Deck officer's helmet. 5% armor. Well, you're in the front line. You look like an Astra Militarum now. We found a lift. It's not the right lift, apparently.
Is there money to be made?
Hi, Heretic Cutthroat. Are you going to be coming up to us at some point? The bench? Where is the description? The benches and even the cogitator torn from its proper place and stacked in a rough semblance of a barricade. Oh.
The Whispers told me a secret.
Okay, well that looks safe. What is this? Did they shoot us with something? You just walked through it all. What is going on with you? Oh, it's Theodora. I was like, what's with the head? Okay. The roar of the flames rings in your ears and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire toward you. It is Theodora von Valancius. Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, the other is raised on in an inviting gesture. Are you lost, my heir? And this isn't voice acted? Come on. Argenta goes as still as a statue, then slowly raises her weapon. An apparition, a sorcerous apparition. Trickery of the warp. Sister, you will lower your weapon. Despite his commanding tone, Abelard does not sound too confident. He's staring at the rogue trader and you notice a muscle in his cheek twitching. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous. How did you get here? I am a rogue trader, Zera. I am wherever my will demands me to be. Would you prefer to be elsewhere at this time? Indubitably. But are you ready? For $50 it should be full motion video. The thing is, I think Baldur's Gate 3 has spoiled us. I want everything voice acted. Baldur's Gate 3 was like, you know these random NPCs that you see on the streets? Voice acted. This, Seemingly a main character, not voice acted. Theodora watches you without blinking. Her snake-like gaze almost makes you forget about the fire searing you, leaving burns on your skin. I can lead you out of these flames, Zera. Show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide. Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer, and that answer can be nothing other than acceptance. Do not listen to this abomination, Zera. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises, nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul. To the void with you! We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace. Okay. The people. Abelard looks back at the coughing and confused people around you. Zera, the survivors from the middle decks. We must help the crew. Lead them out. Find a way around. Over the roaring flames you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if there were a body of water between you and them. Convictions. Ooh. Okay, oh. Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Ed. Adira breaks off and starts coughing violently. Her knees buckle and she looks like she is about to fall. Zera, what are we waiting for? Convictions. Sometimes your character will have to make tough decisions based on their values, interests and goals. Such decisions affect their convictions. This can develop in 3 directions: dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical. Heresy, you say? Each includes 5 ranks. The higher the rank, the more zealously the character follows their convictions, and the more noticeably the world around them reacts to their actions and decisions. Promotion through the ranks of each of the 3 directions opens up access to new dialogue lines, events, unique abilities, okay, and also changes the attitude of others towards your character. Also, some items can only be equipped by characters with certain convictions. It's the alignment system from D&D, which was always terrible. I just hope this is a lot better. When one of the conviction branches reaches rank 3, Votary, it becomes the character's main focus. When that happens, the other 2 conviction branches cannot be raised above rank 2, Adherent. Your character's allies have convictions of their own as well. I hope they release more voice acting. That would be amazing. I think it's probably going to be the biggest criticism of the game, to be fair. Like, I know I went and checked Ko's VOD of his day 1 playthrough to see if I had maybe had a bugged gameplay when I thought yesterday that I thought Theodora should be voice acted. And I thought maybe I've got a bug and it's not, because they seem like a very important character. No, his playthrough had the same thing, so yay. Man, what do I do? I'm a crime lord. So I don't think I'm going to do dogmatic. Pathfinder had a decent amount, but a lot of it wasn't, which is fair. A fair comparison. But again, BG3 is setting a new bar. Games need to follow suit. Please. It ruins the voices of streamers. I'm gonna save the people, because without the people we're nothing. Plus, they're mine. They're my valuables. They're my loot. I kind of want to do heretical, but I'm going to do this. Seems like a middle ground. This seems like holy, unholy, human. You look away and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn, and the voices of the people beyond the shroud of smoke grow stronger and hopeful once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors. In your determination, you completely forget about Theodora, and when you turn your head, you see nothing but the bellowing fire. No, I should probably click got it. Maybe there was another... No. Back, fall back, we will go around. Okay. Can I still walk through it? Alright, auto-saved. No, it stops me. Okay, it's a wall. Oh, now we can loot
Where
you.
did it go? The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
Oh yeah, Adeptus Sororitas and Psychers aren't the friendliest towards each other, if I remember correctly. They're all about faith and conviction. So I guess we're going this way now. Ooh, crash the platform. Okay. Sure.
The Emperor favors me today.
Okay. That felt a little bit
Always
wonky,
keep your
but
eye on the prize.
changing a map layout isn't always the easiest thing to do.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Okay.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak, without us.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
Like, this does not make sense to me. Oh yeah, Wayne June to narrate this would be probably fitting. But it's like, Theodora, kind of an important character by the looks of it, because they are the rogue trader. Not voice acted. Random overseer. Voice acted. Does that make sense to anybody?
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
Oh, I wonder if I took too long to do stuff.
Let us not dawdle.
Let us loot and dawdle as much as we can. I'm not the biggest fan of time-based things, either. I want to explore everything.
I always have a
What
backup
is
plan.
through here? Nothing. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going. Skin begins to tingle. Okay. Because they all ran through here, right?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I can't go through. Okay. That's an easy choice to make now. To explore everything. But I also want to see what's down here. Because I've been down here before. Oh, I can't go down here. There's this very small piece of debris blocking the way. It's like...
Keep your wits about you.
It's not as if we could just, you know, climb over. Fine, I guess we're going this way.
See? Right there.
Found something hidden. Saving game is impossible. I didn't try to save it. I think you did. Game. Adamantine hilt guards. Reinforced thermoplas. Consecrated Prometheum mix. Give me flamers. Nah, give me fire. So, if the game tried to save, I'm going to save. Saving game is impossible.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
What's that?
Profane blades. Monomolecular edge. Diamantine armor plating. Data conduit cable. And carbon fiber plates. This clearly does not serve as a stateroom. The generators, machines, and crude wall paneling indicate that it is a maintenance module room rather than an area for receiving guests. So is this the way we're supposed to... Oh, that's the lift. I'm going in here. More loot. Ooh, Lex Mechanics goggles. Grants 3 logic. I'm logic. Cool. Now I'm no longer sleep deprived.
Let us not dawdle.
Plasma conduits blaze with energy capable of powering a vast void ship. Is that it? I want more loot, damn it. Lord Captain's quarters.
I always keep my options open.
The Lord Captain's quarters. Bonus wounds, all affects the carouse skill. Base carouse is equal to toughness. Yes. Carouse makes you resist like poisons and stuff as well. In this game, I think, is what I read. Items and convictions. You found an item that can only be equipped by characters of a certain conviction rank. You can open the character menu to see which conviction your character follows. Note that both your character and their companions have their own convictions. You can check what conviction a character adheres to on the Convictions tab in the character menu. Convictions change in direction and rank based on how the game's story develops during important plot decisions. Did I? What item did I get for the convictions? Why are these two different? I don't think I got an item for convictions. Maybe they saw an item? Or maybe it was the helmet that you have? No. So confused. Belief in the value of human life and freedom. Faith in the power of goodwill. Capable of overcoming the horrors and dangers of the universe without the need for artificial prohibitions. The desire to seek out common ground and compromise rather than uncompromising destruction. Yeah. Devotion to the corruption and taint of the warp through total submission to the basest and darkest impulses of the soul or constant worship of the ancient gods of the Immaterium. Resource prevention. Okay. Wait. The Rogue Trader and their allies. What do you give? Above the thundering guns, the Rogue Trader and 2 random allies start combat with temporary wounds equal to their own resolve. Oh. Grim Determination. The Rogue Trader and their allies gain a 10% chance to survive with 1 wound instead of falling unconscious. Okay. I think I did okay choosing that, but Master of Command. Gain +2 Rogue Trader's Iconoclast rank additional movement points. Oh. That's pretty good. Rogue Trader and their allies need 30 less momentum to activate a heroic act. That seems great. Destroy the weak. Immediately manifests psychic phenomena. Okay, yeah. All critical hits scored by the Rogue Trader's party inflict burning. In addition, all fire damage suffered by enemies is increased by +1 for each conviction dogmatic rank. Okay. Still don't know what item I got that needed a certain conviction. This is pretty. Damn, she has a nice place. Oh, is she dead? Oh, I think she may be dead.
I always have a backup plan.
A bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. God damn it, you closed it. The light, smooth surface of the object is dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes.
Is there money to be made?
Give me loot. Another helmet. Helmet of the Devoted Protector. Requires dogmatic. Follower. This helmet grants its wearer immunity to enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds of combat. Damn. I imagine you're dogmatic. Yeah, you're already this. Okay. I'm guessing it has to be on us for everyone to get that. Oh, movement points, action points are over here. Yay. I wish switching between character and inventory didn't reset who it was on. Now we don't get to see her hair though, and that's... Can we hide it? Sure can. Visual setting of the character cannot be changed. Yeah. Color scheme can't change. I do like the dark color. It's not counted as a helmet. The goggles aren't counted as a helmet. I also don't have a backpack. But something changed. It changed my gun. Turning it restores it to normal. But then it shrinks the size of my gun. Or extends. Okay, fair enough. Complete. Well, that was it about the conviction stuff. Ooh. The parlor organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Theodora's Rosary. The wearer of this amulet gains a +10 bonus to Commerce and Law Imperium. Mine. Give. 35 to Commerce. It says it's affected by Fellowship, but it shouldn't be. It should be affected by Intelligence. Because of... Is it my archetype? No, I don't think it was. I'm sure it was Forge World. Or is it something I can pick up? Oh, it's this that I can pick up. Yeah, I don't have this yet. I want it. So, click this. Available talents. Recommended, favorite, defense, support, universal. Was it you? No. Origin talents, calculated relations. Look at the scroll bar. This is Pathfinder all over again. Next level is gonna be a doozy. I get this, dismantling attack. Wait. Okay. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, the operative gains +1 damage and +2% arm penetration until the end of combat stacks. Exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower by -3 times int bonus for 1 round. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to look at this now. Give me the goods. Ooh, Rogue Trader's Cloak grants +5 fellowship for each enemy in a 2-cell radius. Who uses fellowship right now? There's not really anybody. It's blue, but it's red. But it's blue, but it's red. But it's blue. Don't think I have anyone with fellowship yet. You're actually the highest with fellowship. So I'm just going to give it to myself. Actually, no, wait. There's no point. Till I find out who needs it, really. Okay, quick save. Let's have a look at the corpse. The murder scene looks like... God damn it. Theodora von Valancius's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
The Sister of Battle surveys the scene, her gaze lingering on the arch-militant's body.
Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
I mean, as a diviner, yes, she would be pretty heartbroken.
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
As a crime lord, I probably would realise stuff like this. I doubt it. Voidvia wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Oh, is that the Arch-Militant? I thought he... No, he looked different. Did Mort? Examine Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye, a heap of blood-splattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. Inspect the shards by the desk. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. Inspect the papers. Handwritten letter with a seal. Ooh. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Hey, I succeeded on the test. What should be like 100? 110% chance. Okay. And sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter addressed to Theodora von Valancius signed it with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, xenos, and other enemies of humanity. Examine the arch-militant's body. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter and shards of his skull. The safety on the arch-militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Idira, what do these shards tell you? I mean, that's also a good one.
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Great.
Tainted witchcraft.
You cannot tell if Argenta's remark is directed at the glass shards or Idira herself. Idira, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
I'm just laughing to myself. I could try to read the memories of objects, but bodies are a different story. Unless it's D&D, then corpses are counted as objects. We'd best be on our way.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
Oh, I think I'm gonna like Argenta.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything!
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Now would be a great time for the ad to actually play. Before I... No, it's end dialogue anyway. Come on, ad. You can do it. Come on, Twitch. Any second now. Come on. Come on. I don't want to go into a new room that might trigger a combat. Also, this is awesome. There we go. I'm going to quickly go to the toilet because I need to pee. So I will be right back. I'm also going to go and get a snack. I am back. I've also dropped some frames at some point. Not a lot, though. Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, hi, combat.
With fire and vigor, our Emperor, imbue us!
Crush them!
Okay, it's a combat servitor. Luckily it's damaged, because holy shit. Normally they can't walk very quickly, which is good for us. Actually. Yay, so... Oh, cool. Temporary wounds. 31 of 27. Yeah, so... We got temporary wounds based on our resolve. So these two have... You have 4 resolve and you also have 4 resolve. That's a cool thing. Oh, now I can see the surefire plan up here. Okay, let's start. Ooh, more tutorials. Light and medium armor. Armor protects the character from incoming damage. Light and medium armor types are both available to you at the moment, so no heavy. Great. The armor stat indicates what percentage of incoming damage from an enemy attack it can absorb. The type of armor also influences the chances that the character wearing it will pass a dodge test. The higher the dodge penalty, the lower the chance to dodge an enemy attack. Okay. Not 75? Okay. A character in light armor dodges attacks more often but takes more damage when hit. Medium armor absorbs more damage if the character is hit but reduces their mobility and ability to dodge attacks. Some talents allow characters to use different types of armor more effectively. So... Dodge penalty is 0.75. Okay. This list does not contain additional modifiers. In fact, let's right click this. A parameter that helps negate damage from melee and ranged attacks. If the character is attacked, they will automatically try to dodge the attack, no matter the weapon. Base dodge chance is 30 plus target's agility minus attacker's perception. This chance can also be affected by abilities and effects that influence dodge chance, and value will depend on the attacker's dodge reduction. Okay. The base value of this stat is the sum of the attacker's perception and half of their agility score. If the character uses a melee weapon, when dodging an area attack made by a ranged weapon, the character can only move up to 3 cells in order to leave the affected area. Only in this case can a dodge be successful. If for some reason the character isn't able to leave the affected area, they automatically take grazing hit damage. Base chance 30%, modifier agility. But I have, so that's what, 65, but I have 48% dodge. I'm just trying to work out where the penalty comes in. And I can't figure it out. Wait, hang on. 30% times 0.25 is essentially what? 7? Well, 7.5. Oh, or 22%. I think I see. So 25% of the penalty reduces the base chance, I think, of dodge. Because this would become 22. No, that still doesn't make sense. I'm trying to work out how he has 48%. Because that's parry. Armor. Okay. I'm unsure how it's all working out. I'd love to figure it out, but whatever. You would go first. Actually going... There must be at least 2 free cells between the warrior and the target.
I will do like you.
Goodbye, arm. Target is too close. The thing is, I don't want to charge him into battle right now because she has a perfect lineup, almost. Plus exploit stacks times 4. So, for example, you only have 1 stack. So if I added analyze enemies plus 3, so that'd be 4 on any of them. So this would be what, minus 26% to dodge, parry, and armor. That's pretty good.
On it.
Wait, you must have a hell of a lot of armor. Can I? Oh, I can. 80%. One AP, 2 AP, 1 AP. So I'm actually going to do this.
Who if not me? I'll make it happen.
Okay. Enemies as status. You'll encounter enemies with various abilities and features. An icon next to an enemy's portrait indicates that they are under the influence of some kind of effect. You're right. Yeah, I literally just did that. On their portrait or the enemy themselves. So what were you under the effect of? Heavily damaged. Okay. Yeah, fresh injury because we dealt damage to it. Oh, he has a thermal multi-melter. Oh yeah, that's terrible. So now I've taken his armor down at least, so that's good. I love the hologram. It's so good. Okay, let's
I will
run and
bathe this
gun.
battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is
Do
for the weak.
this.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Oh, you missed. God damn it.
Strike is a prayer. Eradicated.
That's so good. My god. And I wish I could use this. Now I can use it, but holy crap, how much damage did you just do? That was awesome. Oh, I love that it has the AP cost as well. I miss that. Little UI things like that just add so much clarification just at a glance is always awesome. Can we do another exposed weakness?
Was that you? Or...
No, yeah, I think this is worse. Because I lowered it even more, I think. Yeah, I lowered it by another 4%. So this doesn't stack with different people, so that's a good thing to know. I think you're gonna get wrecked, Abelard.
Can I fall back now?
You're already back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It cleanses the body.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Sure. You can gain a better understanding of what transpired in combat by checking the combat log. All actions performed by your character, their companions and enemies are recorded in the combat log in the bottom right corner of the screen. I wish you'd let me just keep it open as well. It's so annoying that it closes when you reload stuff. Anyway...
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Oh, you're gonna survive?
It will be done. Victory is imminent.
It's still alive as well.
I'll see to it personally.
I got XCOM'd. God damn you. 95% chance to hit and I miss. I need to move you here.
Guided by faith.
Wait, you're not gonna die. Oh, you potentially could die. Oh, I can use Revel in Slaughter.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Still does the same damage, I think, yeah.
I'll do it.
Oh, damn it, it's got 1 health. Oh, god damn you. Game. So you get to go.
Will do. Be gone.
Veil degradation changed by 1 to 5. 15 is the really bad thing.
Why did I not foresee this?
I don't know, you tell us.
Indeed.
Dead. And we level up. Oh no. This is the problem. The wearer gains +5 toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. Okay. Hey, Abelard, how smart are you? Yeah, not very. Good. Neither are you, Idira. Or you. Was either giving it to her or Abelard. But he's already quite tough. And now we get to spend like an hour in level up. Pre-level up 4. Okay, so I get this, but then I also get to choose a talent. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, the operative gains +1 damage and +2% armor penetration until the end of combat, and it stacks, which is awesome. Exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower by quite a lot. Flesh target. Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is at full wounds, that attack deals +10 plus perception bonus % more damage to that enemy. So this would be 14% extra damage if it's got full health. Exposed weakness costs 0 AP. That could become really good later on. If the target of analyze enemies has 2 or more exploit, that target suffers +1 additional exploit. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the free thing, start of each turn. Inflict despair. Whenever the operative hits an enemy that is affected by both an exploit and exposed weakness, that enemy loses -3 movement points and their damage is reduced by 20% on their next turn. Ooh. Passive learning. On their first turn in combat, the operative randomly distributes the same number of exploits as when using analyze enemies among all enemies in a 10-cell radius around the operative. At the start of each of the operative's subsequent turns, they distribute half as many exploits, half the base amount, among all enemies in a 2-cell radius around the operative. Okay. Damage reduction. The operative suffers -3 times int bonus % less damage, which would be 12% for me, from enemies affected by exploits. All enemies are going to be affected by exploits, so this is just straight 12% damage reduction. Reactive study. Oh, there's also locked ones. All features available. Okay. If an enemy affected by an exploit within 5 cells from the operative attacks the operative or their ally, that enemy suffers 1 additional exploit. Okay. If the operative uses precise attack on a target affected by By 10 minus int bonus or more exploits and scores a hit, that hit becomes a critical hit. Okay, so right now I would need to have 6 exploits on the target. Okay, that's pretty badass just to get What's precise attack do? I can't see it. I'd have to find it. While the operative's perception bonus is 10 or higher, they gain +1 AP and ignore enemies as deflection. 10 or higher perception bonus. What? I would need 100 in that characteristic. If the operative has not moved this turn, they gain plus perception bonus ballistic skill and plus int bonus divided by 2 damage for every 5 cells between them and the target. Oh, that's pretty badass. I would get 2 extra damage and plus 2 ballistic skill, which isn't a lot. It's basically 2% on D100, but whoa, that mounts up eventually. The operative inflicts an exploit even on enemies which are out of the operative's line of sight at the start of the turn. Oh, that's pretty badass. If the operative attacks a target affected by an exploit from a distance of 15 minus perception bonus cells or farther, the attack deals plus 15% damage. So 11 distance or more. My gun has a range of 15. Is this just listing everything, including the locked ones? Okay. I don't have precise attack. Oh, bonus to perception. Okay. So, tactical knowledge requires 3 exploits instead of 4. I need tactical knowledge. The thing is, I have an idea what I'm going to take just for dialogue options and stuff. The operative's allies gain plus operative's int bonus divided by 2% hit chance. Operative's int bonus divided by 2. So, 2. And critical hit chance while attacking targets affected by exploits. That's pretty good. If intimidation kills the target, the damage of all other enemies in the area of intimidation is reduced by... Okay. Oh, and then all the weapon stuff comes up soon. Okay. Start of the operative's turn, the enemy with the largest number of exploits receives an additional exploit stack. If 2 or more enemies are tied for the largest number of exploit stacks, one of those enemies is chosen at random. While the operative is in half cover, their cover efficiency is increased by 15%. This bonus is doubled if the operative has not moved during their turn. So I would get 75% cover from... Oh no, it's half cover. I get 50%. Oh, that's pretty good. Full cover is 60%. Half cover with this would give 50%. Nice. Armor penetration. Bolt weapons should already have armor penetration. Chain weapons gain +4 maximum damage. That could be good on Abelard. This could also be great on Abelard. Movement points is also great on people like anyone, actually. 15 bonus to parry, las weapon. Okay. %10 bonus to dodge, plasma. Power weapons. Solid projectile weapon expert. Gain +2 minimum damage. That's currently what I have, right? Solid, yeah. It will not die. Increases wounds by half of the character's level, rounded up. Okay, so I would get 2. All of the proficiency. Required level 4. I am level 4, technically. Yeah, pricks. Should be able to choose that. Dual weapon combat. The character can attack with the second weapon in their current weapon set in addition to the usual 1 attack per round. This attack suffers a minus 20 penalty to weapon skill and ballistic skill and costs 1 AP more. Okay. Character gains plus 5 weapon skill. Oh, all the characteristic trainings are good. Like, I would want intelligence. It put me to a 50. And then you get all the skill bonuses, which give more than what the characteristic would. Which makes sense, because these are specific. Oh, advanced. Plus 13, so you would get plus 20 in total to a skill. Okay. I can get advanced tech use already? Oh, I must have picked it up somewhere. Grenadier. The soldier's first grenade use in combat does not spend AP and does not count toward the attack limit that turn. Okay. Okay. Power armor. First attack in combat with any plasma melter or power weapon deals additional damage equal to int bonus. For the remainder of combat, the bonus damage is decreased to int bonus divided by 2. Oh yeah, I remember this. Steel of the Forge. While wearing heavy armor, Forge World characters gain plus 1 movement and plus 1 deflection and cannot fall prone. Persistence of the Forge. Stacking hit bonus to hit chance and dodge reduction against any target they hit with a single target attack. Successful critical hits from single target attacks increase the hit chance and dodge reduction by 20%. I'm probably taking this. Bonus damage of Surefire Plan is increased by plus 2 times weapon skill bonus. Killing at least 1 enemy with an attack restores 1 stack of Surefire Plan. Escape plan. Okay. All of the plans are great as well. So I think I'm going to take calculated relations. As much as these are recommended because they're operatives, I'm the main character, so I want to be talking to people. And I want it to be me talking. I am a crime lord after all. Oh, available common talents. Ah, I see. Oh, and then we get... cool. So next level is going to be good as well. Calculated relations, though, complete. Abelard now. And then we have all of his... So I've gone through a bunch of stuff, but now he has more because of his class. Jesus. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against that enemy deals an additional plus toughness bonus damage. Oh, that's good. Does not stack, but it can be reactivated after another attack made by either the same enemy or a different one. Okay. Enrage. If the warrior has less than 50% wounds, they gain +5 plus toughness bonus plus agility bonus % critical hit chance. Okay. So that's what, 13% critical hit chance? Whenever the warrior is attacked, they gain +1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior gains +1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed the warrior's toughness bonus. Okay. The warrior deals an additional plus agility bonus damage to enemies that have no allies in adjacent cells. Deflection determines the amount of damage deducted whenever an enemy hits the character. I wonder if that's after... Oh, damage calculations. Damage is also reduced by the target's armor applied as a flat percentage. Like, if armor is applied first and then the damage reduction, that's better. But if the deflection is taken into account before the armor, it's not as good. There are no enemies adjacent to the warrior at the start of the turn. The warrior's damage is increased by +2 times strength bonus for 1 melee attack. So at the moment it's +8 damage, which is not bad. The damage dealt by charge is increased by plus toughness bonus plus strength bonus when the ability is used from a distance of 5 or more. That's +8 damage. Jesus. No, +9 damage even. Enemies suffer a -10% penalty to their hit chance with ranged attacks, including area attacks against the warrior for every enemy in a 1-cell radius around the warrior. Stacks up to 3 times. Oh, that could be fun. Increases charge distance by 3 cells. Basically, this would allow me to do more attacks at a greater distance with melee. When the warrior takes damage, they gain +5 plus 2 times agility bonus % dodge. Stacks up to 3 times and resets after a successful dodge. Okay. So that's currently 11% dodge. Disarm. When the warrior uses a single shot attack or a melee attack against a target, the warrior gains +5 plus 2 times toughness bonus % armor against attacks made by that target for 1 round. I mean, that's 15% armor. Warrior gains plus toughness bonus damage deflection against the first attack made by every enemy this combat. When the warrior ends their turn near an enemy affected by sworn enemy. Well, I don't have sworn enemy, so... Hardened Scars. Whenever the warrior is hit while under the Endure effect, their damage deflection is increased by +1 until the warrior's next turn. Oh, that's pretty nice. That would be nice later on, when I get more abilities. The warrior becomes incredibly deft. Charge and slash do not end the warrior's movement and grant plus 10 plus agility bonus % dodge for 1 round after use. I like this because it means I can move after I've attacked. Area attacks deal an additional +1 plus strength bonus divided by 2 damage for each enemy in the area of effect. Oh, that's +3 damage for each enemy in the area of effect. Cleave can hit 3. So that's +9 damage? Attacks of opportunity deal less damage to the warrior. Movement within range of attacks of opportunity costs 1 movement point less. The warrior has not attacked this turn. They gain bonus armor. Charge and slash do not affect this bonus. Wait. Where's slash? Charge and push increase the damage of ranged attacks made against affected enemies by a lot. 9%. Till the end of combat. That's pretty damn badass. Considering the rest of my party is essentially ranged attacks. Well, Idira is a bit weird with it, I think. +4 maximum damage. Yeah, all of these are the same. Wondering if I should dual wield him. Dual chainswords could be hilarious. Do. 10% crit chance and plus 10% armor against Xenos and demonic creatures. That allies gain half the bonus of no heresy. Okay. Like Desolation could be great, but it's not a lot of bonus damage right now. It's +3. Oh, parry chance is increased by 25% of the warrior's total armor. That's actually not a lot. But he already has quite a lot of parry. I do like the opening strike thing. But I also like Where was it? Rigorous training. I may take this because it gives him more maneuverability. Which might seem a bit weird, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, now for my Psyker. I'm just looking if there's any Psyker stuff. Actually, wait a minute. Sport, Universal, Archetype, no. Unless it's Origin stuff. At the beginning of... Okay, so it's probably this. No, it's not. Origin? But an ally becomes the target of the Psyker's psychic power. This ally gains +10 to weapon skill and ballistic skill until end of combat. That's pretty badass. Okay, so support features is where the Psyker stuff comes in by the looks of it. Maybe.
I sense heresy.
I sense a Memento. Hi, Memento. How are you today? I hope you're well. And thank you for the resub. I really appreciate it. 12 months. That's basically a year. I hope you're doing well, and Lefay as well. I hope you're getting all of the attention with the other two. So sorry about what happened. But at least he won't suffer. Yeah, there is a disturbing lack of tech priests. I want to be a tech priest. My character's origin is from a Forge world as well. After every 6th use of a psychic power by the Psyker, all enemies gain a stacking -5 penalty to all characteristics until the end of combat. Yeah, I'm not surprised Lorne had a lot of presence by the way that you two described. It's probably feeling a lot quieter. Yeah, I imagine that. Get all the Chandra hugs. Keep watching Kisa looking at a wall or a random item. Enemies currently inflicted blinded, stunned, immobilized, or prone effects by the Psyker suffer 10% more damage. I might turn her into a support character. Gains +1 damage. Like, There was... It was like group helping. Suppose weakness. Where were you? Joint offense, that was it. The operatives allies gain plus operatives. You don't have a lot of intelligence. And attacking targets affected by exploits. This would be better on me because I'm smart. Start of the operative's turn, the enemy with the largest number of exploits receives an additional exploit stack. If 2 or more enemies are tied for the largest number of exploit stacks, one of those enemies is chosen at random. Okay. Oh, this one. The operative inflicts an exploit even on enemies which are out of the operative's line of sight at the start of the turn. That could be fun. There's just so many options. Well, thing is, Rogue Trader was a TTRPG, so I think they've just pulled from that, because I think Rogue Trader was an offshoot of Dark Heresy, because some of my friends used to play Rogue Trader. But I think they've done the Baldur's Gate thing with 5e. They've changed it slightly. Like, I think everything has a lot more hit points, armor and stuff. This doesn't seem like a Dark Heresy type thing. Well, the armor and dodge percent chances. And I'm fairly sure the crit hits work differently. Because if I remember from Dark Heresy, in order to get a critical hit, you had to roll doubles on the dice as well as succeed on the check. Whereas this seems to roll the dice after your attack hits to see if it's a critical hit, and it's 100%. I might do this, because this would also help. The problem is this character doesn't have the best intelligence right now to make use of it. So I'm going to actually do this, or make it cheaper. You don't really have anything great about it. Right now this would be reducing toughness and willpower by 9. Which is pretty good, still. Yeah, screw it. And now we get the last one, the Sister of Battle. Rapid reload. Reloading costs -2 AP less, minimum 1. The first reload in combat does not cost AP. Rack and Ruin. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains +10 +2 times ballistic skill bonus % more damage for their next attack in the current combat. So this is 18%. For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals more damage to enemies. I don't really want to group people up because I know grenades exist in this game. Soldier gains +3 plus... You have 50 agility. I like my crit chance. And I forget exactly where I found crit rate. Because there's no crit rate here. I wish I could remember it now. It's hit chance. Because I got a bonus to crit rate. Oh, that was it. I think there's a 10% bonus. There's a 10% chance to crit, as is. Because my character has a feature. This it gives me plus 14% hit. Oh, this is critical hit chance, yeah. But I ended up with 29% crit chance because I rolled well or something. Like it was a 95% chance to hit, which ups your crit rate by 5%, I think. There's one thing that I would really love to find where my crit hit rate is. Because we have what? Deflection, armor, dodge reduction, parry, resolve. But I want to know my crit rate. Like movement, action points. Reputation, biography. Yeah, there's some things that are missing that I really, really would love to see. I love having clarification on things. Oh, this is only 8%. I thought it was 3 times agility bonus. That would have been crazy. Still, 8% quick hit chance is pretty good. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by plus 1% until the end of combat. Okay. Cover efficiency is increased by 10% for full cover and 20% for half cover. Okay. Killing an ally with a medikit in combat restores additional wounds equal to Medicaid divided by 10. It costs less. Tenderize. Enemies damaged by the soldier's area attacks suffer +1 plus ballistic skill bonus divided by 2 damage from the next attack that hits them. So right now that's +2 damage? No. +3 damage. While at full wounds, the soldier has +10 ballistic skill and 2 movement. All the soldiers' area attacks gain +5 +3 times 4 at the moment. Armor penetration and ignore deflection as well when used against enemies in a 3-cell radius around the soldier. Oh, point blank, I should have read that. I don't want to be point blank. Also, I can't believe how quick this stream is going time-wise. It's almost 3 p.m. Jesus, I'm nearly 3 hours in. Oh, I am 3 hours into the stream. Whenever the soldier successfully dodges or uses cover against an enemy's attack, they gain a guaranteed critical hit against that enemy. Oh, that's good. But it's dependent on if I dodge or things, and I have 60% chance to dodge. Actually, not bad. Still don't know how it all works. The first hit of each burst attacks deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire. Which would be +4 for me right now. Enough bullets for everyone. The soldier's second attack action in a turn deals +5 +2 times agility bonus % more damage to enemies that have not suffered damage from the soldier during this turn. It's a shame it's a percentage more. But still, that's what, 15%? Well, the soldier has full cover against an enemy. The soldier gains +10% damage against that enemy, and the enemy's attacks deal -20% less damage against the soldier and their cover if the cover is present at the moment when the shot is fired, even if the cover is destroyed by the shot. Swift Slaughter. Reveling Slaughter can be used after 2 kills instead of 3. That's pretty good. Right. It's got a cooldown, but it gives me a lot of stuff. Oh, the soldier's medium armor does not reduce dodge. She's using a bolt weapon because she's a sister of battle. I'd expect bolt weapons or flamers. Doom, doom, boom, boom, boom. Firing heavy weapons, critical hit chances increased by ballistic skill bonus %, and critical damage is increased by +3 times ballistic skill bonus. Character level required 15. I'm still going to go through all of these while the ad's playing because there's so much to go through. Heavy weapons deal +2 damage and ignore 2 deflection. Yeah. Thing is, ballistic skill training I could take, but I know I'm going to get more of them. While under 40% wounds, Imperial World characters gain +10 bonus to all characteristics and +2 to resolve. Are you doing your part? If no other character in the current party has the same archetype as this character, the first use of any abilities from this archetype costs -1 AP less. All allies, excluding Xenos in the current party, gain +5 to the same characteristic as was chosen for humanity's finest. What is your agility? Great. What did you choose then? Toughness. There are so many things to go through and I love it. Now I need to scroll back down. Litany. All enemies in the area of effect of War Hymn of Furious Recital gain +1 stack of the Disturbed effect. Enemies that are adjacent to the Devotee gain +2 stacks of Disturbed instead. Also, all daemons in the area of effect suffer damage equal to the momentum restored to the Devotee while using this ability. Yeah, willpower bonus isn't the best. For single shot, oh yeah. Okay, never mind. The Devotee's resolve is also permanently increased by a willpower bonus divided by 2. So, 1, unless it rounds up. The Devotee gains a willpower bonus % chance to ignore any enemy attack. Okay, so 3%. Melee Flame and Melter attacks against demons and psychers deal an additional additional damage and gain armor penetration. Okay. I'd like things to last. No, I don't want them together. I'd like it to last like the entire combat, if they're to get any bonus, or just be a passive. Like, unpredictable is great. More crit? Yes, please. We're going to go for unpredictable. Then we can finally carry on. After we probably loot everything. Oh, we already did. Never mind.
Keep your wits about you.
Void Ship Bridge. Okay. This looks a mess. I wonder if Random Overseer is going to be voice acted. Oh, goods. Give me.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
The horrific vision is a product of the warp energies that permeate the bridge. Yay.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Okay, Edelthrad, who is clutching a bleeding wound on his chest, gives you a tormented look. Help has arrived? Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader. Theodora von Valancius is dead. I found her and the arch-militant in her study. Edelthrad's eyes widen. God Emperor preserve us. The rogue trader is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. Edelthrad shudders and grabs his shoulder. As you watch, the sleeve of his jacket bursts open and two bone growths pierce through the fabric. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second, the warp ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed. You picked it up last night, no idea when you'll actually get to play it. Yeah. It's a problem having such a backlog of games right now, but it's a great problem to have. Yeah, Owlcat is one developer that I really like now because of how they turned Kingmaker around. There are a couple of things that I want them to add in this game. One is more voice acting because Baldur's Gate has spoiled us. And the other is just simple UI things like showing me all my crit chance and other effects because I can't find it. And the same thing as Pathfinder. Keep the goddamn log open on this side. I hate having to reopen it every now and then. Yeah, this 2023 has been an amazing year for games. Idira looks anxiously at Edelthrad. Then she glances back at you. I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat. Words worthy of a righteous soul. You're not the only one nowadays. I really wish Baldur's Gate 3 was based off Pathfinder 2e as well. Wizards of the Coast really messed up. But Pathfinder just seems more complete. A little bit clunkier for new people, I will admit. But if you spend the time to learn it... Yeah, definitely. Pathfinder 2e action economy and system would be so much better for a game like this. Which is... I'm hopeful they will go back to making a Pathfinder game now that they've done Rogue Trader and base it off of 2nd edition. That would be amazing. Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge. Edelthrad stares at you and his eyes harden with cold resolve once more. And we have no right to bow our heads. I mean, it would have been best if we didn't talk and, you know, killed the guy first before he's doing this ritual. You can see Kunrad Voitvir clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have pearlescent glimmer to them. We are out of time. Edelthrad bites his knuckle, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Edelthrad's eyes and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. That complicates things. I'm gonna stick with my party. This just seems like a funny thing to say. This seems like the holy righteous answer. Ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor. No, Zera. To die altogether is to allow the flame of the dynasty to perish in the dark. No, it will not be like this. Not today. Edelthrad lowers his head. Then he sighs and locks eyes with you. His gaze cold, haughty and fanatical. The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you? See to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm, and farewell. Accursed traitor, a time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship, Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches toward his death. What? Theodora is dead? Voitvir stares at you in a seemingly genuine bewilderment. No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't...
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
I think he finished it. You're walking into the circle, you idiot! Well, that's not good.
I will deliver furious retribution!
You're playing The Ascent. It's largely a cyberpunk twin-stick shooter, but man, it's beautiful and the world building is great. I love even just reading the codex entries. That's always a good sign of a game if you're just like, I want more lore. Momentum. To use the unique abilities called Heroic Acts or Desperate Measures, momentum is required. Oh, I'm guessing Desperate Measures is the opposite side. Depending on the actions of your party in combat, the momentum bar will increase or decrease. A high momentum value allows a character to use a heroic act. A low value grants access to desperate measures. Both abilities can completely change the course of a battle, but every party member can either use one or the other, and only once in a single combat. Great. This I love. They have, at the start of combat, they have a tactical phase, and you can reposition your characters, and it's such a nice addition. Like, holy crap, it's so good. Also, we're all going first. Maybe I swap them. Yeah, Tug was saying that as well when I brought it up. I've not seen it before. The only thing that I've seen it in before would be XCOM for the aliens. Whenever you trigger a pod, they get to move. Enemies as status. You will encounter enemies with various abilities and features. Yeah, you've already shown me this. Because I want to see Chaos Spawn. 140 wounds. Okay dodge. Well, okay armor, I guess. Can only move 4. Okay. There's my exploit. Active abilities. Toxic Spurt creates a 3x3 toxic zone which lasts for 2 rounds. Every round, everyone within and every creature entering the zone suffers damage. Creatures within the zone must pass a toughness resistance test every round or suffer toxin. Bleeding. The creature devours an ally, restoring 30% of the creature's maximum wounds. Thanks. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Look at all these stats, man. So much better than mine. Okay. Analyze enemies.
I'll make it happen.
Because then I can expose weakness on you. $12 to 17 damage. 28 to 39. Just a little bit more. Oh, I wish we were in a line. Thing is, I know I need to kill the heretic cutthroats and stuff. Oh, they all get to go. Oh, this is gonna be painful. Oh, I forgot about the third part of this text. Okay. Let's just fire at you.
You never stood a chance.
Oh, maybe it was scrolled up. This hits 4 targets, but it doesn't hit you. So it's defaulting to a certain square within range. Okay. The other great thing about this game that it shows you, not double clicking but single click, it puts a hologram of you. And then you get the view from here if I was using an actual weapon. And you can right click to put it back. So you can preview what you want. Dismantling attack. Oh, dismantling attack's great. Yeah, there's some really good things that it adds, but then there's some things that it's like, please give it to me. Oh, veil degradation's pretty high. If you get to 15, you get Perils of the Warp. That's what I'm trying to say. Psychic Screech. Could I not even target you? One creature? I mean, you're not in range, that's probably why. Nine to 21. I want to kill as many as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for this anyway, because it will hopefully kill these two.
I know what is to come. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Unlimited.
But of course.
I don't know if her exploits work with mine. Because when right click... Yeah, the source is from Madeira. Because I know the exposed weakness I can only put on from one person. It overwrites. So I want it from me because I have the higher intelligence.
Will do.
Let's buff your dodge and parry. Oh, no, I meant to put it on Abelard. My bad. And now Argenta's on the wrong side. Though you still get burst fire. Just very limited. I think I'm just going to do single target. I don't know if you can do it. The beginning of combat, Veil Degradation usually starts at 0. Increases by 1 for each use of a minor psychic power and by 3 for each use of magic psychic power. It decreases by 1 each round. Okay, but if the enemy's always putting it up, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a way to help it, because it could feel kind of broken and make your psychers useless, unless you really want to go for it.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
God, I love bolt guns. Just the sound of them. So let's put combat on. You have firearm mastery. Oh. I want to try this one.
I am his will made manifest.
So now I've got a bunch of firearm mastery things. So fire. Miss. Oh, you don't have a lot of accuracy on this.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
God, you dodged. Yay, I hit.
That is not the Emperor's will.
I'll do it.
This is why I was chosen.
Can't help but see that these aren't going down.
I will not.
I refuse.
I'm out of ability points. I wonder if these are supposed to go down. Hey Abelard, please don't die. Charge.
I will do my duty.
Oh, you do it as a reaction. And then you...
Just a minor setback.
What? That seems unfair.
Death to the heretics.
Not my worst day. Yet.
Not my worst day yet. Yeah, Abelard just took a boatload of damage then. Because this thing reacted. Like, as soon as it got down to a certain percent of health, it just reacted immediately. Like, Abelard should have got another attack, is what I'm saying. Which sucks. Because I think he's the only one that can use a medkit as well. You can use a medkit to restore your party members' wounds in battle, treat an injury, or get rid of certain negative effects. If the character is injured or afflicted with such an effect, if the character has a medkit equipped, its icon will be displayed on the bottom left. If no such icon is present, open your inventory and equip a medkit by double-clicking. Yeah. The character can only use a medkit on the target they are adjacent to. Medkits can only be used by characters who have these. Yeah. Each medkit holds 2 or more charges, with 1 charge being consumed per use. Once used, medkits disappear from the panel. Note that healing, just like most actions, spends the character's action points in combat. Yep. So, analyze enemy. You have 3.
I'll see to it personally.
Now you have 6. Ooh. Okay. %, 37% dodge and armor. This removes all exploits, which is 6, and decreases the target's dodge, parry, and armor by 10, plus the stacks times 4. So this is going to be, what, 34%? No. Yeah, 34%. 6 times 4 is 24.
On it.
Its dodge has a minimum. No! It sucks.
I'll see to it personally. My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
%10 hit chance. This does more damage. Usually. Oh, not anymore.
It's as good as done.
32 damage.
Blessed are those who sacrifice for the Imperium.
Once a character has suffered a certain number of injuries, these injuries are replaced with a trauma. Make use of medikits in time to treat injuries and to avoid characters suffering traumas. Removing traumas is a more difficult task. They can only be healed by resting on the ship or in certain other places suitable for rest. Yeah, I really don't like that I don't have this. Like, it's attacking when it shouldn't be able to. Nothing is telling me why. I hate not having clarity. Broken ribs. That sucks. Do you have Medicaid? No, you do not. I don't think. No, you do not.
That is not my destiny.
Why are you not available? Oh, you really one range out? No, you shouldn't be. Or is it because I put it on Argenta?
On it.
Or is it because he's at 0 health?
No can do.
11 to 26, 21 to 21.
Will do.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's bleeding, yeah. Like, it doesn't tell me how much damage she is taking. Okay. Wait, do I still have this on?
As the Emperor commands, I act. That is not the Emperor's
No,
will.
she doesn't. But she's... Oh, maybe it's... Yeah, heroic act to use. I think this just needs to vanish. Because it's doing confusing things right now.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Do I do run and gun to get more attacks?
Doubt is for the
Yeah.
weak.
Miss! Yay! Oh, I forgot to check. I wanted to check something. Oh, you can hit just fine. Great.
Didn't flinch.
Attack denial. Characters with melee weapons block adjacent enemies' ability to perform attacks with ranged weapons. Pistols and shotguns are an exception to this rule. Those can be fired at point blank range. Got it. I knew that anyway. Oh, Jesus, you're taking so much damage. Holy crap. I wanted to check this. You can. You already have them.
I will not.
Probably because it's not your turn. Okay. Dara, I need you to just move.
What is this foreboding?
Oh, Psychic Scream is going to... Oh, increase it back to 15. Right. You're a minor power, I want to say. Maybe? $14.
Anything else?
Yeah, it's a minor power. Okay. You can't move very far either. Okay. Did I give you an auto pistol? Good. Pistol burst. How many attacks? Where's your rate of fire? Oh, it's probably on the weapon itself. 6, so yeah, it is 6 attacks. Screw it. Great.
Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day.
Yeah, you say that. You died to toxic. Oh, there was still one left?
I feel hurt.
And it knocked me prone. Great.
I will avenge you.
Wait, what? Your character has lost consciousness. Their wounds have been reduced to 0. Oh, Adira. I was like, not. It should have been me first, but I got knocked prone. I want to click my own character. There we go. Cannot act and suffers a minus 30% penalty to parry and dodge. Prone seems really broken. That's basically stun. Oh yeah, this is gonna be difficult. But okay. I like the challenge potentially. The character can no longer participate in combat, nor can they be resuscitated by any means. They will regain consciousness after the battle and receive a trauma, which can be healed by resting on the ship or in... Okay, this is a learning experience that's very painful. I need you to kill this.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Thank you. But now we're in a cutscene. Oh no, we're not. You've run out of ammo. Yeah. Ammo supply is unlimited for your character and party, so you can reload whenever the need arises. Awesome. And we leveled up.
Should I divine our next step?
I woke up with a feeling of wonder. As if
What advice do you seek? Careful now.
Okay, I was wondering because it says within a certain time, but no, I've got the trauma, which really sucks for this guy. Absolutely. Now, why is there no loot? Please. Also, we leveled up again. I think this game is going to have a lot of level ups. Because, where is it? Archetypes. Level 16, level 36. This is going to have a lot of level ups. Okay. So now I have this, and I have to take intelligence at this point. It'll put me at +5 extra. And then we get this. What, ballistic skill is my next highest. Don't have bolt weapon proficiency, laser weapon expert. Solid projectile weapon attacks gain +2 minimum damage. Could get bolter. I wonder if the plasma has the drawback from the game, from the war game. Heavy weapon. Oh, that's pretty cool. But I kind of want to get more of just everything. Why does it get a +18 down here? Or is it a weird +13? Pinnacle of weaponry. The first attack in combat with any plasma melter or power weapon. Okay. Well, I don't have any. Toughness bonus deflection against the burning effect and flame weapons. Decent toughness. While wearing heavy armor, I'm not. Forge World characters gain a stacking plus 10% bonus to hit and dodge reduction against any target they hit with a single target attack. Successful critical hits increase it by 20%. Oh yeah, I wanted the plans. Bonus damage of Surefire Plan is increased by weapon skill. Oh, it's weapon skill. So that's 6%. Okay, which I think I have 14% right now. Oh, it might go up because of my intelligence. Ooh. The bonus to dodge and parry from Surefire Plan A also suffers. An enemy affected by Surefire Plan also suffers a minus 10 plus perception bonus. Okay. 18% penalty to dodge and parry reduction. Okay. Start of the turn, the Crime Lord has no stacks of Surefire Plan. They gain +1 stack. Contingency Plan I may go for. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. Because it just means I can use it every turn at least once. And it's bonus damage. Yeah, Surefire Plan. I'm essentially turning into a support while not being a support. Warrior. You need weapon skill or strength. Increases their parry, reduces enemy parry and dodge chances against melee attacks. It also increases chances of scoring a critical hit in melee combat. Yeah. You already have decent toughness. Well, you don't right now, but better to be able to hit than not. Oh, do I have to choose you first? Okay. Oh, you get to choose these still. You are going to be my tank. So maybe thick skin. I may just take thick skin, but I am thinking of taking weapon skill ×2. But level ups seem to be going quite quick right now. Now that takes effect. Another operative. I could just boost your intelligence. To help you also have exposed weaknesses and stuff. Okay. -7 plus 7 times Psyker's Psi rating penalty. Every time the Psyker deals mental damage from any source other than Aftershock, so it doesn't proc itself, the target suffers half as much mental damage at the end of its next turn. Oh, that's pretty good. So Mind Siege is pretty good. Any time an enemy becomes a target of any particular Psyker ability for the first time, this enemy suffers a -5 penalty to their intelligence and perception. Okay. Whenever the Psyker kills an enemy with a psychic power dealing more damage than wounds of the target, the excess damage will be dealt to the enemy closest to the target. Oh, that's pretty badass as well. Enemies currently... yeah, I've read that one before. Psi rating. Required level 10. Okay. This is what I was wondering when I can upgrade that. Advice and guidance I may actually take, though. Why ballistic skill? Not that I'm complaining. The first psychic power used each turn increases Veil Degradation by 2 points less. If this talent reduces the effect on Veil Degradation to less than 0, Veil Degradation is instead decreased by 1. Hey, we found it. I'm going to take that for safety. And... ballistic skill I may level up because of that psychic barrage. Because it's extra damage. Yeah, screw it. Now the last one. You definitely want ballistic skill. I need you to hit. Reloading. No. Already taken. Yeah. Tenderize could be great because it's a great follow-up. And now this does, again, 3 damage. This would just increase everything. The first hit of each burst attack deals additional. It's the first hit. I think I'm going to do this. Revel in Slaughter. Swift Slaughter. Let's go for it. However, I need to save and get ready for work, which sucks because I want to play so much more. Tomorrow is going to be a long stream. Probably. So yeah, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We are going to go and raid... we haven't raided in a while. Let's go and raid Dauntless. She's playing against the Storm. Seems like everyone's playing this game at some point except for me. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to go and get ready for work, and I hope to see you all here tomorrow for more Rogue Trader. And I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Bye!